Okay.
We're going live. Hi, everyone. Sorry about the technical delays.
Hi, Brittany. Are we
My
live?
name is Brittany, and I'm from
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
My name is Brittany, and I'm from Etcher. Today we have Jean Francoise Arnaud, and he is a watercolorist. And today he will be doing a lovely landscape for us. Jean, would you like to explain?
Yes. So, hi, everyone. My name is Jean Francois, as Brittany told. I'm French watercolorist, and I would like to paint with you this mountain, which is kind of bichromatical picture. It's easy to paint, and it will take less than 40 minutes to do. So I think it's perfect for this format, for the live demo. And so that's it. So I will start now. So a good watercolor starts with a good drawing. I always take the very center of my paper to start. And you know, we are here, you see. So from there, I can now start my drawing. So do not hesitate. If any question, I think I can draw and answer to some questions. Maybe it's not easy, but I will try. I will do my best. We have a kind of road here. Okay. Just below this chalet. So what's important is to put the things, the important things at the right place. Not too much details at this step, because the details, we will paint them instead of drawing them. We have to understand what we are drawing, because it's going to make a good painting. I mean, the light comes here and hit the mountain. So here, it's going to be clear. And the shadows are on this side. Okay, we have some electric poles here. Kind of vegetation here, some trees. Okay. I'm done with the drawing. So I want to show you this. This is very important. These are the values of the pictures. So this is very white. And the white in the picture is only here on some very small areas and on the roof. So we need to keep this white and also this. But the snow is not white. The snow is maybe 10% or in a value of 20%. So it's not because the snow is supposed to be white in true life that we need to keep it white. We're going to paint the snow in blue. So now I'm going to start with the watercolor and use to do so. This color, which is a royal blue, made by Sennelier. It's only made by Sennelier. I think you can't find this on other brands. Blue indigo, of course, it's transversal. You can find it to any brown, sorry, and a kind of red. So I'm going to use here a quinacridone sienna from Daniel Smith. I like to work in plates, in ceramic plates. And I will paint in 3 washes. The first one is for the light. The second one is for the volumes. And the third one, I say that it's for life. I'm in the details, the persons, the dogs, the cars. I'm going to paint for the first wash with this brush, which is an Escoda made in Squirrel, so it has a big tank of water here. So it's perfect for this kind of first wash, very wet. But first, I'm going to spray my paper.
Jean, where did you get that palette from? A lot of people think it's really nice and they're wondering where they can get one.
I think you can find some like this. It's like a plate for oysters or for some vegetables.
Oh, really?
Yes, 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 yes. I buy this in a shop that is called Action. And it's very cheap. It's maybe
So
€1 or €2.
Like a chef store.
Yes, yes, exactly. So I await my paper.
And what were the 3 colors that you just used again, sorry?
Again, yes, no problem. So I'm going to use the Blue Royal, made by Sennelier and only Sennelier. The other brands does not have this color. I'm going to use Blue Indigo for the dark blues, and a kind of red, which is called Quinacridone Sienna by Daniel Smith. Okay, that was clear?
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to repronounce that red, but it's a Daniel Smith red, everybody.
Yes. So for the sky first, I try to give the direction to the clouds because they are flying that way. So don't forget to keep this part white intact. Okay. I always work with paper 100% algodon and nothing else. Nothing else. It's kind of, it's expensive, but it will help you in improving your skills, for sure. Okay, so now the shadows here of the mountain. I will wet a little bit here because I need a transition, not so strong. Okay. And also this part of the roof, I told you to keep it white, very white. Okay. I'm still painting my first wash that is for the light. take
And
another
you're doing
brush.
a technique that's called wet on wet, correct?
Yes, actually, yes, but I will dry it to lay my second wash in a couple of minutes. So it's gonna be wet and dry. Actually, yes, wet on wet, and soon wet and dry. But it depends really on what I'm painting.
So when would you use a wet on wet technique versus a wet on dry?
Wet on wet, it's when I want some blurry shapes. So for the sea, for example, or so for some far details like the mountain here in the background. On the picture, it's very sharpened. You see, here it's very sharpened. But I'm gonna wet it and to have it blurry because it's a background and I don't want the background to be as strong as the foreground. So I use the wet on wet for this kind of thing. But here for the roof, for example, we need to be very sharpened and detailed. So we can't have this kind of shape when you are painting wet on wet. So I will have to dry it and then I will be able to paint this shape. And now I try to find the good value. So I make it darken and darken until I think that the value is okay. Okay. This later. So I'm gonna dry it. So sorry for the noisy hair dryer.
It should, the nice thing about using Zoom for stuff like this, it should quiet it down for us automatically when you're using it.
Okay.
So while Jean's doing that, I will take this time to say that whenever you're creating with us, always, always, always tag us on social media, hashtag Etcher Mini Workshop. And monthly we do draws for a chance to win $50 to spend in our store. We also have a Facebook group community, and I'll drop a link for that below. And you can use that to stay in touch with us, stay up to date on things.
No, sorry.
I also want to take this time to thank you guys again for being patient with us at the beginning. We had quite a few technical difficulties, so thanks for that.
So let's go for this second wash. I would not call this a wash because now we are working on the small details and the volumes. So I took this synthetic brush and I will start with the small stuff like this.
In case you guys wanted to look at the exact reference that Jean is using, I'm going to drop a link for it below in the chat.
I'm not trying to paint exactly what I have under my eyes, but I'm trying to more to imitate the mountain. Never mind if stone or rock is not at a good place. It's not important. I'm trying to be dark, but not black. Not here, because it's the face under the light. So I want to create a contrast between this area and this one. So maybe I will have to add a color in my palette to be darker than I am. Okay, so yes, I will add that one, which is neutral tint, very, very, very black. So I don't use it very often, but sometimes it helps a lot. It's very dark and very liquid, like ink China. How do you call that? The ink from China.
I'm not sure at the top of my head. I know there's India inks.
Yes, okay, it should be the same kind. Yeah. Very, very dark. Okay, so the stones here, following the mountain.
People are saying it already looks incredible. Already looking really good, Jean.
Thank you. Hello.
What kind of brushes are you using?
Actually, it's a brush from Etcher Lab. It's a synthetic one. Yes, I received them a couple of weeks ago, and I like them because they are very precise, very, very precise. So when you have to look for some small textures and details, this is the perfect brush. And more than that, this kind of brush, synthetic brush, is cheap. So it's good. That one, wait, where is it? My first one made with squirrel fur. This is very expensive, but it's a kind of investment because I will keep it maybe 10 years. So it's necessary sometimes to buy something expensive, but that will stay with you a long time.
Yeah, the natural hairs like the squirrel fur are definitely really nice.
Yeah. Okay, some small details here.
So what are you adding in right now? Are those like spots for trees, or what kind of markings are you making?
I'm just following, I'm not inventing. I am just following, I have this under my eyes and I follow the road. There are some small bushes here, so I do them. It's maybe that some things, so some of you can think that it's nothing, but it's important, this kind of small, very small details, because it brings some visibility to the pictures and it gives some interest. I always think that a good watercolor catch you when you are 5 meters far from the painting, and when you approach the painting, you realize that there are some small things everywhere. So it catches you 2 times, when you're at 5 meters, and the second times when you are close and you discover all the work of the artist.
Right. I sent everybody the reference photo, so if you don't want to hold it up there, you don't have to.
Okay. Perfect.
And just to let everybody know, the detail brush he was just using was one of our brushes from Etcher. I'll drop a link for them down below if you guys want to check them out on our website.
Exactly.
And the dark color you used again, sorry, Jean, which was the
very black one?
Ink. Yeah.
Yes, it's from Sennelier and it's called Natural Tint.
Natural Tint.
Natural Tint, yes. But I think that all the brands have their own natural tint.
So why would you use something like natural tint versus black?
Yes, exactly. I prefer this one. I've tried some natural tints on other brands, but I like this one because it's very liquid, very liquid. And sometimes when I paint some shadows, in blue, for example, I have shadows which is warm here and cool here. And I would like to have a very dark area between those 2 shadows. This is perfect because you just take it, touch the paper, and it's poof, it's coming like this. So I like the effect. So I've tried other natural tint in other brands, but this is the one I prefer. So for the trees in front of the chalet, is that correct? Chalet, we can say that?
Sorry, what are you referring to?
The house.
The chalet?
Yeah, chalet, yes, okay.
Yeah.
So I take this brush, for example, and I mix to find my color. And once I have it, look, I press my brush like this. So I have it flat. And I use it to paint my wires. Let's add a little bit of brown to warm it. Okay. Some wire here also.
So Jean, what color did you add just now to warm it up a bit?
Quinacridone,
Okay.
sienna. I always try to work with limited palettes because when I started,
And why is that?
when I started, I wanted to have an easel with plenty of colors, but I realized that it was a mistake because as watercolor is a difficult medium, you need to find some familiar situation. So if you change your colors every time, you never find this kind of familiarity with your material. So, for example, the blue, royal blue, is the color I cannot now paint with that without this royal blue. I use it all the time. So I think that I have in my easel maybe 10 colors maximum. And I use 90% of the time. Yes, I use the royal blue, I use the gumgut, and red cadmium. With those three colors, I paint everything. Today, it's special because it's kind of big chromatical picture. But generally, I'll paint with this, like a printer. You know, printers, they work with 4 colors that are cyan, yellow, magenta, and black. So if I add a blue indigo, I have my 4 colors, and I work with this all the time. Don't need to have plenty of tubes. I think it's my opinion. It's based on my experience. Okay. And now I will paint some shadows.
So you're just adding shadows and stuff now?
Yes, exactly. Correcting the values and
so
trying
beautiful.
to find the small details that can make the difference. I mean, every bush has his own shadows, always in the same direction.
Do you normally always work from a reference?
Yes. This is what I like. Yes. I don't create. I don't invent. I like to paint what I see and what I have under my eyes. You know, I was a photographer before, and I think that it's the same way for me to paint is to capture the moment and to render it the best I can. I don't like to interpret too much. I like when it looks like it is in reality. This is what I like.
It's stunning. Everyone can't believe how amazing it looks already.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add some blue in my palette. I don't have enough to over, but I'm quite finished. Nearly finished.
And just to double check, the yellow that you just showed, it was gamboge, right?
Gumgut, yes. A hot yellow. So Hansa yellow, India, All those colors are very good. Okay. I'm not going to push too much the details. I think I'm going to stop. And I like when watercolors look like sketchy. So I'm happy with this. And at this moment, I stop and I let it dry. And tomorrow morning, I will erase all the graphics lines. Okay, just have to do
Wow.
my signature.
Masterpiece in 40 minutes or less.
Yes. How many? 40 minutes, yes?
Yeah, just about.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Maybe a little bit less than 40, yeah.
Yeah. So I would advise that if you have the photo, I think Brittany sent it to you. I would advise you to try it. It's good for watercolor. This picture is good. Yes.
Yeah, guys, I posted it earlier in the chat, but I can post it again.
Okay.
And I just also put a link for a survey. If you guys enjoyed it, please fill it out. It's just a couple of multi-choice questions. It'll help us improve for next time. I know we had a bit of technical glitches at the beginning, so I apologize for that. We also have a workshop coming up with Jean. So we dropped a link for it there. If you guys loved the live demo, please check out his mini workshop. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Stay safe, everyone.